So Kenny Dykstra was talking about our friend John Cena. Huge fans of both. I love Kenny. I love John. I love Mizzy. I mean, these are all friends of mine. No biggie. And this is what he had to say. Everyone is entitled to their beliefs. I'm sure his adultery in his marriage is a rumor by me too. Or is it truth being told? We were cool until last time I was there. He hated me. Didn't even want to talk or shake hands. Everyone else was cool, though. Cena will never respond. Oh, wait. Before I get hate tweets from Cena fans, just know I'm not lying. Have no reason to. His issue is his issue. Sure, he has bigger problems. Cena will never respond because, one, it's the truth. Everything I said. And two, he has bigger problems. Blah, blah, blah. Big show, blah, blah. I say things others are afraid because they'll get heat for it. I don't care. And maybe that's why he is where he is. So, Danny,
right.
Here's the thing about the Cena stuff. Cena's the one that filed for divorce. So, I don't understand what his point is.
Right, and all the reports that come from like TMZ, which say what you will, breaks a lot of news. So I trust them more than I trust, the Pro Wrestling Torch or 411 Mania or any of these sites. So I mean, like, and they're all reporting it's things that like they just been arguing a lot because they're remodeling a home and it's all these things.
Right.
So I'll trust that. The thing where Kenny Dykstra is fucking up is like you pointed out, when you start having that attitude of, oh, I'm just going to be me, and I'm going to say whatever I want, and if you don't like it, oh, well. That's, you show me one successful person in life that walks around with that attitude.
Me?
You can't, you don't, though, and you know that. You do it here, but when you go out in public and you go to work, you're not just walking around just saying shit that, like, offends people.
It's two simple words. I'm sorry.
Colton?
Is that what you follow it up with? And
let's get into a whole bunch of YouTube shit.
Don Tony?
You can't be that person. So like now, and for as long as Cena is gonna be there, and if he wanted to, and we don't know he's this kind of, if they wanted to bring back Kenny Dykstra, Ken Doan, like anytime, all Cena had to say is like, no, I don't want that guy here. Trust me, like at this point, they'll listen to him because they don't care. They don't need Kenny Dykstra. So why would you do that? Why do you bury that hatchet? And like it sounds to me, unless there's more evidence, I don't know if there's more backstory that I'm missing, but he sounds like the guy that's bitter because John Cena didn't say hi to him.
I love Kenny. He's right.
Maybe John Cena has his reasons for not saying hi to him. Maybe
Kenny,
he just...
There's these wrestlers now that act like getting released by WWE is the best thing that ever happened to them. MVP, Matt Hardy, Carlito. Yes. I'm just going to assume Kenny Dykstra is one of these guys where it's like, I've been asking. Like, Carlito legit told these stories that were like, first of all, I like podcasts about Carlito. You got released by... And Carlito went on to respond to these non-questions with answers that involved him getting tricked into re-signing. That's like, he legit told the story where they tricked him into re-signing because they said he could opt out later and they wouldn't let him. When, you know what? Know how, like, isn't this a world where getting that contract's a big deal and you want it? It's not an easy thing to get, but no, Carlito, even though he gained all that weight and put pants on and basically looked like Samoa Joe with hair for a while, no, we want him back. This guy that no one would ever really like. Who likes Carlito? So anyways, I'm going to assume Kenny's one of these guys that's like, man, I hated everything I did, because it's so easy to say Spirit Squad was lame. So he's like, yeah, Spirit Squad, I was trying to get my release. Meanwhile, a guy like Dolph Ziggler took Spirit Squad, even worse too, he wasn't the leader, and made it into a career after. Like, no one really remembers Spirit Squad if you overcome it. So I feel like Kenny, he's one of these guys who thinks he wanted to be released, doesn't want to come back, and has no problem burning bridges, and I'm okay with that because we get quotes like this. Ready? I was there, and Orton got suspended for the first time. Cena told me he wanted Orton fired, so now I'm sure it's probably him trying for RKO's release. No, actually, it's me and Danny. Regardless, hopefully you don't get fired since he was a young child and is the best storyteller in WWE. He has a young child. Oh, come on, he's fine. They do still tell stories in the ring, right? So, Danny, I mean, I'm not so much upset about his Cena gushing. I mean, I would do the same. As soon as I'm released by WWE, me, the Hurricane, and Kenny, we're going to have Shawn Michaels stories, Cena stories, RKO stories. But come on, what is this? They do still tell stories in the ring. Yeah, did you watch Elimination Chamber when the whole world thought Santino was going to win the fucking title after the Rocky theme all night? You see that shit? Huh? There's plenty of stories told, Danny. I don't agree with that comment.
I am with him on nothing. I'm trying to find like where I want to take Kenny Dykstra's side. You like him.
Yeah, he's great. He's got a big nose like Owen, Danny.
But you're not taking his side on this either. Like we're both, I think, on the same page that it's it's great for us that he wants to come out and say these things, but I don't feel like he's giving us any reason. Like,
listen to this. Here's my point. And I know what you're saying is probably what most people agree with, but think of this. What if Scott Steiner was saying these things on Twitter? Then it's like, oh my God, people are ripping their face off. Scott Steiner's a god. But for some reason, Kenny Dykstra can't vent on Twitter. These are two guys that are both, they don't want to go back to their respective companies. They have some shit to say about it. Why do we love Scott Steiner for being a psycho, but we don't like Kenny for being a realist?
I think because there's a couple reasons. One of them I would say is there's the double standard. When a wrestler comes out of TNA and rips them for their bad writing and their bad direction and how much of a mess it is, like, we all eat it up because it's easy to hate on them. Like, WWE's the cool kid and we're all friends with them. So when somebody comes out of WWE and they're bitter, like, or they say all these things and they rip them, that's how we look at it. We're like, this is just a bitter guy because he's not there anymore. But, maybe they really mean it. I think my problem with Dykstra is his main point to me seems like his strongest point is like, he wants you to think that Cena's an asshole because he wanted Randy Orton to get fired. Like maybe Randy Orton's the asshole. And that's why Cena wants him to get fired. I don't think I've ever heard anybody come out and say how great Randy Orton is behind the scenes. You don't see Randy Orton do these over the top, like, pleasant things that makes you love him. Like, Orton, we're sure on all accounts is a dick in real life. Probably not that big of a stretch that Cena's not the only guy that would have liked to see him get fired at one point when he's off being a dick and fucking up and doing things that were hurting the company while he's getting one of the biggest pushes anybody was getting. So if his strongest point is Cena wants Orton to get fired, like, maybe there's more to it than I don't know. I need more from Dykstra as to why I'm supposed to take his side over John Cena here.